Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity.
Mr. Cayer?
Hello, Mrs. Hawk.
Hello. We are here today for the, I guess we're calling it disposition hearing. And I have to advise you of a couple of things. I'm also told you want to participate in this hearing by at least participating by phone. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. I need to tell you that because you've been convicted of a felony, that you're prohibited from possessing a firearm, and because you've been convicted of a violent felony, you're prohibited from possessing body armor. Do you understand that?
Understand.
All right. So the jury returned a verdict now on the NGI portion, the Phase 2 finding Mr. Cayer not responsible. I'm going to make that finding specifically that on all 6 counts, the jury made a finding that Mr. Cayer was not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect, that at least one of the crimes is a felony committed after July 30th, 2002, and the maximum term of imprisonment. Technically, when I look at the case law, there's a case that says that in multiple offense situations, maximum periods of commitment are defined by consecutive max terms. So I believe the maximum is 2 life terms plus, if my math is right, 84 and a half years as I do the calculation. And what's the state requesting?
Your Honor, I think clearly that the court should impose a lifetime commitment in this instance. I think it has to with respect to the first 2 counts. I think that's appropriate here. With respect to whatever the court wants to impose on the other charges, I won't take any position as to whether that should be consecutive or concurrent. Obviously, it's the intent of the state that he be committed for the rest of his life.
Thank you. Mr. Cotton?
As I indicated before, I just don't feel that I'm thoroughly prepared for a disposition hearing because I've been so busy working on the trial and defending the case. And I think that I understand that the court, that there's a mandatory life sentence though in this case, so we'll defer to the court and what the court wants to do here.
All right. I don't know that there's a right of allocution at this particular hearing. What's the state's position?
I don't believe there is either, Your Honor.
That was our position as well, that there is no right to allocution.
All right. I am going to order that judgment of not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect be entered for all 6 of the counts that the jury originally made a finding of guilt. And I am going to commit Mr. Cayer to the Department of Health Services for a life term. I will also indicate that I do not believe that I have any issues with having insufficient information to determine whether the commitment should be for institutional care or conditional release. And as a result, there's no need for a predisposition investigation. I therefore find that Jacob Cayer was committed to the Department of Health Services on today's date, August 13, 2020. That on today's date, I determined that conditional release would pose a significant risk of bodily harm to the defendant or others. And I therefore am going to order that Jacob Cayer be placed in institutional care, and I'll sign an order to that effect. Is there anything further that needs to be addressed at this time?
No, not from us either.
All right, thank you. This matter is adjourned.